You live, good morning. If you're watching this at a later time, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is. But anyway, this is Darrell Paige, South Coast Kane, and this is Patio Perspective. I know it's been almost a week since y'all have seen me here. Uh, it's been crazy. I really haven't done anything because let's face it, nothing's really going on in regards to Miami football. The transfer portal is the transfer portal. Um, I did get my renovations, I guess, if you will, to Sebastian Street Studios at Hurricane Lane taken care of. Kind of reconfigured some things. I like what I did. But yeah, hopefully everybody's been doing well the last week. Me, myself, it is what it is. Cuban, my man, how you doing this morning, buddy? Uh, Hopefully everybody been doing well. I know the Christmas season, the holiday season is upon us, and I Cuban. Hey, as long as you stay Cuban, I don't care what you call yourself. Uh Anyway, I know this time of year can be treacherous and exciting, and it could be a lot of things to a lot of people. QB, good morning, sir. But you know, life is life. It is what it is. But a lot of hustle and bustle going on. But for me personally, it's still it's the same old, same old. The only thing that's really changed is the date. You know, but yeah. Hey, Miss Katie, how you been? How you been? Hopefully you got those dune cats all fed and taken care of. But yeah, the last few days, it's been kind of crazy work and all that good jazz, living life and all that good stuff. But yeah, not much really going on other than Cam got snubbed out the Heisman race, and uh the old school Kane fan in me is like, well, that's a bunch of BS, because the last time a Miami football player won the Heisman was Toretta back in '92, and the last time Miami had anybody in the ceremony was uh, Dorsey and McGahee back in '02. So to see Cam there, regardless of your feelings, your thoughts, your theories, your philosophies, methodologies on Cam vis-a-vis Miami football, it was good to see him there. Personally, I thought that statistically, he had a better year than anybody that was there. But unfortunately, Cam didn't have the defense to support him. Uh, but we're not going to get into that right now because we have expressed our opinions, 7 days to Sunday, you know. Uh, so yeah, I just wanted to jump on real quick, say hello. I've missed y'all. I know things kind of slowed down. Miami going to the bowl game, the Pop Tart Bowl. You know, but we may get together. I don't really want to commit to anything right now, but as of right now, it's looking like, maybe if I can get some things together, maybe we can get together, maybe a Thursday night, perhaps. Uh, yeah, you're right, Cuban. You're right. Uh, because there are a lot of things that we need to discuss, give our 2 cents on. Uh, of course, the transfer portal. These these top recruiting classes, the recruits that are part of this top recruiting class are starting to, just like we saw last year, moving on to greener pastures. Uh, Hello there, live shorts, and to Rebecca, American Dad 93, and MB Majiba. I hope I didn't, but anyway, hello, how y'all doing? I know it's early in Australia, the land down under. But anyway, uh, yeah, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. Uh, these top recruiting classes, these young men have decided to leave the University of Miami. So a lot of stuff to talk about on that, and of course, a lot of folks are starting to talk about, starting to hear more of the we need a portal quarterback. We need a portal quarterback. But my theory, my thought, my opinion is why? Are we going, are we as, or I say we, but is the Miami Hurricane football program going to continue to just get a quarterback in free agency, or are they going to finally decide to say, hey, let's develop let's develop the young talent that we have? This is just my opinion. My opinion. I believe that Miami does not need a quarterback in the portal. Okay, they don't need it. Let's get let's. I guess I'm old school. But put Emery out there. Let the new guys get in there, because there was a time, believe it or not, in which when you had a bunch of juniors and seniors either graduating or foregoing their last season to go to the draft, and then you had a whole new crop of young players coming out. You know, uh, kind of like the old, you don't rebuild, you reload. You know what I mean? Uh, but yeah, I believe, my opinion, I think right now Miami is on a slippery slope, exactly, Katie, in that if you go out and get a portal quarterback, you're going to lose. You're going to lose Judd. Luke is going to probably go, and Emery's going to be like, bye bye. Because it's only. I mean, think about it. You sitting there, you doing all this stuff, and say you're a freshman, sophomore, redshirt freshman, Renault. And then you think that you've done your thing, and it's time for you to show what you got, and they say like, nah, we're gonna bring somebody else in. I mean, what do you think that's gonna happen? Personally, I mean, regardless of the fact of whether or not Emery is ready, or if Emery's going to do whatever, it's Emery's turn. Okay, it's his turn. Uh, Unfortunately, everybody is going to compare the next however many quarterbacks to what Cam Ward did. And what people have to understand, in my opinion, is Cam, well, thank you, Miss Shorts. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. What you got to understand, Cam was an anomaly. Okay? Cam was a product of the NIL program. And that, uh, you know, and nothing against Cam, but he was already seasoned. He was already he was Cam, and you don't see that very often. Ask Virginia Tech about Michael Vick, Uh, but the thing is, you got to let the young pups out and let them play. Let them get out there and do their thing. Isn't that why you recruited them? Okay. Isaiah, Mr. Horton, he's going to try and find greener pastures. Okay? So you got, Carr and you've got Trader, uh, and so forth and so on. Let the young men play. If 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 Emery throws a pick or two, let him do it. Let him grow. Let him develop. If these young receivers drop a pass, let them grow. Okay? That's what it's about. Because remember, a wise man talked about Clemson early in the season. Actually, it was before the season started this year. Uh, there was an individual that was hoping for Clemson's success because Clemson basically stayed true to the method of the farm system, recruits, developing your talent. Don't go out and just get free agents for the quick fix. You know? Oh, and it worked out for him. And again, no disrespect. Damn bug flying around. No disrespect to those who bring in the free agents and stuff, but uh you know what I guess my question my thoughts and my theories and my questions and concerns are, how can you put all this emphasis and all this I don't know, you put all this weight on the recruiting class, okay, and then when recruiting season is over, now all of a sudden the transfer portal's open, and it's like, well, what about all these recruits you brought in? You were talking so highly about the recruiting classes. You were talking so highly about how Mario is a master recruiter and how he always can bring in the talent. But yet the transfer portal season opens and then they all leave. And then now it's like, well, we have to have this, we have to have that. And let me tell you something. Cuban, we're in a demolition mode right now. We're demolishing things. You know? And here's my thing. You got a lot of folks out there on the YouTubes and the Twitter X's and all that. You have all these cats out there talking, and all of a sudden they decide that Miami needs a portal quarterback. Miami needs a portal free agent wide receiver. Pretty soon, since Mr. A.J. Allen decided to leave like we didn't see the writing on the wall, pretty soon they're going to say we need a portal running back. But let me tell you this. No. Go get a defense. That's the problem. Miami needs a defense. Don't mess with let the offense baste and brawl and saute and all that. Get a defense. But the sad thing is, and I talked about this a while ago. The NIL is a crutch for coaches to be lazy. And what I mean is, with the induction of the NIL free agency, now coaches, head coaches, offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, they don't have to do what they're paid to do. They can allow the system to do the job for them, and they just sit back. In other words, with the NIL, coaches and coordinators and assistants and all that, they don't have to coach. They don't have to develop. They don't have to sit there and try to take a freshman and develop them and get their skills honed to succeed in Division I football. Oh no, we ain't gotta waste our time with that. We can go sit at the coffee shop, drink our little fancy Cuban coffees and all that good jazz, and we'll just get a free agent in here. And guess what? It the the chickens are coming home to roost, as they say. You know, uh, we as Miami fans, we all chastise Florida State for their success last season, going through the transfer portal, and then we see what happened to them this season. And I hate to say this, but in my opinion, that's kind of the epitome. If you rely heavily on the success of your program by using the NIL instead of trying to develop the talent that you have right there with you right now. You know? Oh, but, we're Miami is going into year 4 with Mario, and I can honestly say, and we can debate this. I don't know, maybe Thursday night, maybe Friday night, because things have kind of opened up time slot wise with the off season, but nothing has really changed in 20 years. Since 2004, nothing has changed. There is no development. And especially now when the coaching staff can just rely on NIL. Throw money at the problem. Throw money at the problem. That'll fix it. You know? But I guess my opinion, I feel that they just have to just they have to take care of what they have. You know? It's kind of like you have a vehicle, and you know the tires are bad. You know the tires are leaky. But instead of just getting a new set of tires, no, you go out and buy a whole brand new vehicle. But you still continue to try to drive that other vehicle with bad tires instead of fixing it. But yeah, yeah, everybody's freaking out about these young men leaving Miami, and that's the world we live in with college football. You know, uh, pretty soon, probably within the upcoming weeks, you'll hear more about the recruiting and how, probably got more top recruits coming in, but yet, Miss Ellen V, good morning to you. Yeah, we got all these top recruits coming, possible visits, you know, but then it's like, but we need a portal this, you know, and it's going to come to a point to where all these top recruits that everybody has been praising and justifying what's going on with the coaching at Miami. It's going to come to a breaking point if it hasn't already, because if you pay attention, if you have paid attention, you have these folks will sit here, like I said, talk about such and such recruit visiting Miami, such and such recruit possibly flipping to Miami, such and such recruit signed with Miami. But then guess what? The next season or the season after, they transfer out. And those same folks that were talking up and praising this high ranked recruiting class by this high elite recruiter, Now they're saying, well, we gotta have something this, we gotta have something that in the transfer portal. So, you know, it is what it is. I thought Horton could have been probably receiver one this coming season, but I guess he figured, you know what? Nah. And the sad thing is, and I believe we talked about this, but since Miami's defense in the 2024 season couldn't stop a cold with the Kleenex, oh, you never really got a chance to get any of the young guys in there, you know? And I don't know. I'm not really understanding the direction in which this team is going since Mario showed up. I'm not trying to be anti Mario. I'm just calling it like I see it. I don't get it. Right now we should be excited and start talking about, okay, the underclassmen that are going to take the field in the receiving corps. The underclassmen that are going to take the field as the quarterback. Now we know the offensive line, unless something changes, ain't going to be worth a flip. Okay, but we should be looking forward to, okay, the defense had a bad year. We got a bunch of new young guys starting to come up, see what they got. But you know, no, we need to go in the portal. We need to go in the portal. Get the portal. Get the portal. And then while you're getting these portal players who left other teams for who knows why, you know, they I mean, it's like, why is Miami even recruiting these 5, 4, and 3-star players? Why waste your time? Just keep going to the portal. That seems to be what you're doing. But anyway, I digress. Before I get worked up. Oh, so yeah, the word on the street is that Cam is allegedly going to play in the Pop Tarts Bowl, which I'm sorry, I can't get excited over the Pop Tarts Bowl because, in my opinion, this 2024 season was a failure because Miami did not win the ACC championship for the 20th year in a row. And this was probably the most exciting offense, probably the best offense Miami's had in a long time, except for the offensive line. But that's beside the point. The defense sucked lemons, man. I'll tell you what. But even with this piss poor defense, all the defense had to do was be average. And they could have at least made it to the championship game. But they didn't. They had their chances against Syracuse. People can whine and moan and complain and say how unjust and how much they can talk about how everybody's hatred towards Miami and how it was all biased against Miami. All they had to do was beat Syracuse. You beat Syracuse, you're in the championship game. And then you let the cards fall where they may. There was no biasness, no hate, because believe it or not, you think this is the only year that people have hated Miami? Oh no. No, 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 no. No, you ain't seen hate. This is nothing compared to what I've been through and what I've seen this Miami team be through. But you know what? They didn't care. They went out there, took care of business on the field, and it didn't matter. As long as you win, it doesn't matter if they hate you. You won. Okay? And it again, in my opinion, I hate to say this, I was very disappointed, but I've come to the realization, I've come to the acceptance that Miami didn't deserve to be in the playoff. Okay? I said it throughout the season. Miami was not, in my opinion, they did not deserve to be in the top 10 based on the fact what have they done to show that they're a top 10 team. You know, what has Miami done to show or prove or earn on the field that they should be in the top 12 and in the playoffs? Okay? You know, if Miami would have made the playoffs with this defense, they would have went up against, say, an Indiana or Boise State and probably would have got drummed. I mean, they would have just. I mean, think about it. That little running back from Boise State, what do you think that he would have done to this Miami defense in the playoffs? If you have watched any of the games this year, what do you think that little running back from Boise State would have done to Miami? You know? What what do you think that little quarterback from Oregon would have done to Miami's secondary? Again, I'm just calling it like I see it. Okay, I'm just saying. You know, everybody, again, I talked about it the other night, but everybody, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, we just got to outscore them. Just outscore them, we'll be all right. I hate to say it, but, you know, that theory was disproved. you know, you got to have the defense to win the championship. You know, but you know it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. But anyway, like I said, I just wanted to come on here, show my face, say hello, and just say everything's good. But I don't know, we might get together. We might get together for a live show, probably Thursday, Friday. Excuse me. Not really sure just yet. Uh, and I'll give some details on how we're going to handle the bowl game with my preview, post game, pregame, whatever. But anyway, it was just good to see y'all again. It's the off season. Just got the bowl game, but it is what it is. It's all good. It's all good. But thank y'all so much for stopping by this morning. There is a lot of opinions that we can discuss, and I look forward to it. But until then, peace, love, and soul. Go Canes. Thank y'all for stopping by. We're gonna catch y'all next time. Bye.